Coming to you live from New York City, it's Jim Caruso's Pajama Cast Party. And now, here's your host, Jim Caruso.
This looks good. This looks really nice. Hi, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So happy you're joining us. As you can tell, I'm delighted that it's 2021. Are we all so happy that it's the new damn year? I could not wait for that moment to happen. What did you do? I need to know everything. How did you spend your New Year's? Here's what I did. I walked with a few people that day in the park, Central Park, and drank coffee. That was fun. And I ordered in some really good food. And I watched Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper on CNN. They were so funny, you guys. It was really hilarious. I have to say, I was delighted with what they did. Laughed my head off. And that was it. So, and I had the hat and the horn, which of course, needless to say, was festive. We have a great first show of 2021 tonight. I love this cast. Starting off with Therese Curatolo. She is spectacular. Ridiculous singer. Ben Hale. You're going to love him. We've never actually met in person, but we know each other and from the interwebs. And he'll be coming to us from Nashville. Therese is coming to us from Therese, where are you? I think you're in LA, maybe. Ben Hale is in Nashville. Ilene Graff and Ben Lanzarone from Los Angeles. They're two of my favorite people. You're going to love them too. And from here in New York, Zach Piser. This is a good show, y'all. I feel like bringing Ruby out. Oh, Ruby.
Oh, Jim. Jim.
Oh, hi. What up?
What up? What up, Jim?
Does that work on me? I don't know.
Nope. Doesn't work on anybody, to be fair.
What up with a sweater vest? I don't know if that's a good thing or not. How are you?
I'm good. Happy New Year, everybody. Merry holidays. Not so much anymore, but I feel like the holiday season, we can say happy holidays until the beginning of January. Happy 2021. Nothing but good vibes from here on out. I'm just saying now.
Please, Lord.
I'm tired of people saying, oh, 2021 is already turning out to... No, 2021 is good. So that's all I want to hear. Can I just say that?
Yes. Yeah. And you're moving. You're in the middle of moving.
Yes.
That's fun.
Yes, I've been moving all day. Yesterday was our big moving day. Today has been like the little things, Currently, it looks like a tornado swept through our new apartment because we're in the stages of putting everything away. But it's very exciting. It feels like a new year, fresh start, new apartment, all good things.
Yay. Okay, so Ruby, we've been doing this. Is this our 41st show?
This is our 39th, so we're getting a little ahead of ourselves there.
Oh, okay, 39th. Well, welcome to our 39th show. We've been having a blast doing this every single Monday. As you probably know, Cast Party started at Birdland 17 and a half years ago. Holy cow. And we've been doing it at Birdland forever, having a ball. But when the pandemic hit, the doors of all the nightclubs closed. It was Ruby's idea, actually, to do this online. So we've been doing it ever since and having just a ball, communicating with all of you and celebrating this incredible talent. But why do we do it, Ruby? Why?
Why, Jim? Why?
Other than to entertain our thousands and thousands of viewers, which we are happy to do.
Jim. It's millions and millions. Don't be humble.
That's correct. Yeah. So we do this. First of all, we have to pay for the platform. We have to do that. But mostly we love to do it because every week we choose an organization to send a nice percentage of your tips and presents to this week, extremely special. Birdland, our home, our musical home for the past 17 and a half years, is in major trouble. Johnny Valenti, the owner, called me a couple weeks ago and said, I don't think we can do this much longer. He's been paying rent. Can I say? I think I can say his rent is $70,000 a month for the Birdland space. Upstairs and downstairs, we have two spaces now. We have the Birdland Theater downstairs. And he's held on for all these 10 months, but 10 months of paying that kind of rent, the utilities, the insurance, all the things that we all have with our own homes, except it's times a trillion when you have a venue like that. So our friend Tom had this brilliant idea to do a GoFundMe. And it's in 24 hours, we've raised over $80,000. I mean, it's pretty thrilling. So that's going on. So this week, I'm going to take a nice percentage of whatever you guys give us and put it into the Saving Birdland Fund, which means so much to us, me and Ruby, and New York City, because New York City without Birdland is crazy. There's been a Birdland for 71 years in this town of great jazz, great music, great entertainment. So Ruby, you've been coming to Birdland since you were 6?
Yeah, it's funny that you said Birdland has been, Cast Party's home for 17 and a half years. I've been a part of Cast Party, and Birdland has been a part of my life for 16 years, which is crazy. I was just doing the math yesterday, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I mean, truly a New York City and a world without Birdland would just be so heartbreaking. And I've got to say, it has really just made me feel so incredibly just positive, seeing the response and seeing how many people have donated to the Birdland GoFundMe. And, it gives me hope, and it lets me know that things are going to be okay. And this year is turning around, and it's not because of anything else other than the actions of incredibly generous individuals. And so, we've just got to keep it going and got to keep the faith, because I've had so many wonderful experiences at Birdland.
Well, you were 6 years old when you first started coming to sing at Cast Party.
Yeah.
And I would get on my knees and talk to this little pipsqueak girl that was so funny and so smart, and then sang her head off, of course. And then you've met everybody. You've met a lot of cool people at Birdland.
I did, yeah. And I do want to say, so the first time we ever went to Birdland, it's because my mom was introduced, obviously. And she said, girls, I want to take you to this really cool jazz club in New York, because you know what? 6 and 4-year-olds wouldn't want to go to a jazz club in New York City. And we were like, we want to go, we want to sing. And my mom said, okay, I'll take you. It's going to be so much fun, but you have to take a nap first. And we were definitely a little ticked off, but we said, okay. And so we took a nap, and then we got into our little party dresses, and we went to Birdland. We met you. We still have that first night on an old family video. And we've met a lot of people through Birdland. And one of my favorite memories ever was meeting Liza when I had just cut my hair into a pixie cut, because I wanted to be Liza. I mean, I was just
Please, who didn't?
I saw her Liza with the Z Special, and then literally 3 days later, I cut my hair. And I had the pixie cut for 7 years. It was my favorite thing.
Did you pull it up?
Hang on, I'm finding it. Here it is.
Come on. Come on.
I'll never forget, and I'll make this short. The way she introduced herself to me was, I was there singing at Cast Party. I had a very nice little party dress on, as you could see. And I was sitting with my parents, and I had a Shirley Temple. And I spilled it all over my dress at the table. And all of a sudden, this woman in all black, so I thought she was a waitress, came up with a napkin. I was like, don't worry, it happens to me all the time. Don't worry, I spill drinks on myself all the time. And I looked up, and it was Liza. And I think all I said was, And then she walked away, and my mom said, "You have to go after her." And I was like, "Okay." So, I mean, I'll never forget it.
Hilarious. I love that I spill drinks on myself all the time. I don't remember that, but okay. That is hilarious.
Well, and imagine me thinking like it's a waitress and I've already embarrassed myself.
No, she was trying to make you feel good. That's so nice.
I love it.
She was a big part of the beginnings of Cast Party. That's for sure. She's kind of the godmother of Cast Party. Every week we're so lucky to have our friend Justin Squiggs Robertson do quick sketches of all the performers. And my favorite thing to do is to look over his shoulder before he even starts, because he starts drawing you and me, and just to, get it going. So can we look over his shoulder for a second and see how it's going?
Let's do it.
Oh my God, he got that dumb hat I was wearing.
Your crown.
And my weird hair. Oh my God, that is so... Oh, he got the horn. What's he writing? What's it say?
Jim, you tell me. Hang on. It says, moving into 2021.
Because you're moving.
Because I'm moving. Yeah.
Do you get it?
You know what? Everybody, once we're moved in, you're welcome to come over. We'll do Cast Party live.
Okay.
Right over.
Oh, that'll be fun. Okay, well, we're all invited.
I
always like showing when people buy our swag, because we just have crap loads of it. We have hats, T-shirts, mugs, damn shower curtains. What else do we have? Buttons, magnets. Yeah, that's nice. That's a lovely shower curtain.
I hope you know we're going to find a way to get that in every week, because it makes you laugh.
I know, it makes me happy. But my friend Natasha, who works at Birdland, is engaged to a guy named Owner Arabachi, and he put on the the Cast Party mask and showed his guns for all of us. So thank you, Owner. We appreciate the modeling. Very, very nice. So that mask can be yours, and if you get the mask, the arms come with it. Then this great thing happened today. Our friend Bob Krakel, I hope I'm saying it right, watches us every week, and he was watching when I talked about my favorite Christmas album growing up, which was something we got from Maxwell House Coffee, because they did promotional things back in the Stone Age, and they were big records. One side was fully Barbra Streisand Christmas. The other side, well, I'll show you. He found the record and sent it to me. What the hell? Maxwell House Coffee, Barbra Streisand, because you need me to tell you who that is. On the other side, Jim Nabors, Doris Day, and Andre Castellanets. What in the hell? He found this. This makes me so happy. Thank you. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Bob.
I just love it. Thank you. Thank you. Putting that there. Okay. Are we ready?
I think we're ready.
I'm exhausted.
Thank you for your tips in advance. We have a lot of people commenting right now that we have to save Birdland.
Oh.
I agree, but it literally all comes down to each and every one of you watching. So
Yeah,
we
it
greatly
really is.
appreciate it. And it's a home for
really
so
true.
many people. And so we want to make sure that continues. So thank you in advance. That's all I have to say, but just wanted to say thank you. And I'm watching the comments, and it's really beautiful.
I know, it's nice. Yeah, after 71 years, we can't lose Birdland. No stinking pandemic is going to ruin that.
As my mom said this morning when we were on the phone, she goes, "We already lost the 21 club." She goes, "I can't lose anything else."
I know.
No.
I feel like somebody's going to buy the 21 Club and bring it back. I feel like there's a rich guy out there or a rich lady that's going to
Or maybe somehow you and me, Jim. And then
I think
that's where we host Pajama Cast Party from.
Oh my God, we could do a GoFundMe to... Okay, well, getting ahead of ourselves. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Our first guest has been a Cast Party and Birdland favorite for years, and she's in the past few years, she's made a really great name for herself with Postmodern Jukebox. Wait till you hear her sing. Here's Therese Curatolo. Bring her on out here.
Hi, Jim.
Hi.
Happy New Year, babe.
Hi. How are you?
I'm so good. I mean, I'm as good as I can be on the first Monday of 21.
I know. It's a good thing. It's a
great
new
thing.
year. It's a new year, starting fresh. What are you wearing? It's so attractive.
Oh my gosh, would you like to see this?
I would so.
It's only the coolest pajama set of 2021.
Give us a little runway.
Your name is on. Okay, hang on.
You're wearing the full pajama
Are you ready?
situation. Oh God. Oh my God.
Okay, now I have to sit back down.
Could there be a better model? Okay.
Oh my God.
Before we even get to your singing, I want to talk about the print work you do. You work with some of the greatest photographers, hair, makeup. I mean, this is like such a thing for you, right? You just love it.
I do just love it. And I am blessed with great lighting. Great lighting, Jim.
Oh, that's it. That's
Great lighting.
That's your big talent.
I do know some very, very talented photogs, and they take great care of me. I am #blessed, and my hair gurus take care of me, and I take care of my face, and I drink a gallon of water a day.
Note to self.
That's what I do. I drink a gallon of water a day.
I want to show everybody the gorgeous picture you sent us of you in those damn pajamas. What? I love it so much. But a couple of years ago, you sent me this of the cat of that.
Oh my God. Wow, that's a blast from the past, Jim. My hair was like,
how cute is that? Look off to this.
Oh wait, hang on. Oh, wait, no. Ha there it is.
Yeah, there's the still store we're looking for. But I just found this online. I didn't know about this.
Oh goodness.
Ruby.
Oh God. What? Oh my gosh.
What the heck?
Wow. We're really digging, Jim. Holy moly. That was
gorgeous.
That was right when I left New York City.
Really?
Yeah. I think that was like 2013, maybe.
Now, you were kidding. You saying you know talented people because you are rudely talented. But now on a picture like that, do you obviously that photographer is a lighting
very, very talented, very talented.
But do you learn stuff while he's doing it? Are you interested in all that yourself, or are you just kind of
very
oblivious
much so.
to it? Or?
You're so kind. Well, it's not like I sit in the mirror and I practice my angles. It's honestly, it comes from the theater, from feeling the light on your face and just knowing where, you put your mug. And then the makeup, of course, I'm a big makeup buff. Sorry, this hair is unruly. It's like, so I do love to study the very vintage makeup looks and who better to study than Marilyn Monroe?
I mean, for real. Well, that picture is gorgeous. Okay, I want to talk about, were you with your family for the holidays?
I'm still with them. I'm up in Lake Tahoe.
Oh, you have the coolest family. In fact,
I do.
Both your father and your brother might have the coolest jobs in show business.
They really do.
Can we talk about this, Ruby? Okay, this is your brother. This is your brother.
Oh, you've already got it.
Oh, honey. Yeah.
That's my dad.
Oh, that's your dad.
That's my dad. That's my brother.
And that's your brother.
So brother plays left-handed. Lucky him.
Oh, yes.
Dad plays right-handed, but he is the Paul McCartney impersonator of the world. Like when they need McCartney, they call Dad. That's Dad.
I mean,
on The Great White Way. That was him with the Neil Simon.
In Rain.
Yeah. Very cool.
Which I loved. And that's where I met you.
Oh my gosh. So speaking of Birdland,
Who introduced us?
My Merle Freimark.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hi, Merle.
Hi, Merle. I was going through all of my it's an album on Facebook called Clubbing, and it's got all of our best moments in it and all of our best angles like this, just throwing it all the way away.
Yeah.
And we had some really good times. Really. And
we have.
You were the first person I sang for besides casting agents in New York City. And you were just the sweetest. And I don't think I've ever been so scared in my life. Not even when I sang with Stevie Wonder was I that scared. I was more scared to sing for you.
Okay, well then you have some kind of mental disorder because that's crazy.
And I'm totally sober right now. But I was so scared, Jim. I was so scared.
Well, now the people at home, when you hear her sing, you're going to be like, what was there to be scared about? Okay, you've been singing with Postmodern Jukebox. That has got to be a game changer.
They're so fun. I don't know what I did in a past life to even get into the room with Mr. Scott Bradley. He's a genius, and one of the sweetest humans, I think, walking the earth. So it's been so fun. Last year kind of sucked because we didn't do anything we had planned for you guys except that really epic couple of videos we put out. We put out the Friends reunion and we put out the Wannabe trio as the Andrews sisters.
Yes.
But all the touring that we had planned, all these great videos and appearances, all had to take a back seat. Hopefully they will pick up this year, but touring with Postmodern Jukebox is amazing.
Well, Scott is a brilliant musician.
He is.
That's for sure.
He is.
But he's such a great marketer. I mean,
he's genius.
You know what? Everybody we know is a great performer and a musician, but to take it to the next step and to get it out there to the world is sometimes the hardest part. And he's a
pioneer. He's a YouTube pioneer. He's very brilliant.
That's true. You guys, if you don't know, he takes radio pop tunes and makes them sound like, how would you say? I makes them sound like they're in the.
And he makes them like vaudeville and super old timey jazz, super ragtime.
Vintage, jazzy, swinging. Yeah. I mean, he just does wonderful, wonderful things. And what did that do for you, for like your fan base? Did it all explode?
I think, okay, are you ready? I don't have a prop, but it was like rock. Oh my God, there she is! Therese! Oh my God, there's that founder. That's exactly how it felt because I was living
love that.
And Scott Bradley came in and was like, "Peekaboo, found you." Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, and the fans are incredible.
Oh, I bet. And rabid. I know you listen to a huge range of music. What's on your playlist right now?
Well.
Yes.
Well. A lot of my peers' music, actually, because they're putting out banging hits. I mean, last year for anybody that wasn't asleep at the wheel, what they did with that time was they went right into the studio and they hustled out all of their original music. And all of my peers have been putting out brilliant songs and albums and collections. So a lot of Postmodern Jukebox alum have been putting out great funky tunes, little scary pockets. That's like the funk equivalent. It's very similar.
Therese, I am Mr. Funky. As you can tell by my sweater vest. I want you to sing for us.
I sure will.
What are you going to do?
What? How about this? I had this epiphany today. I was like, Birdland is not going to close.
No.
It's not going to close. Nice try, Satan. Not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So
There's the quote. That's the quote we've been looking for.
Nice try, Satan. It's not going to. Johnny, we're not closing Birdland, okay? Because I haven't done a show there yet. So we're not closing Birdland. I'm going to sing so ferociously, so loud, so intensely. The tips are going to blow in, and we're going to save Birdland.
Do it.
Okay. Are you ready? Hang on. Let me gargle some. We're going to save Birdland, guys. Now, without any further ado, let's have some of Scott Bradley's Postmodern Jukebox, okay? Woo! We were as one, babe, for a moment in time, and it seemed everlasting that you would always be mine. But now you want to be free, so I'm letting you fly. 'Cause I know in my heart, babe, our love will never die. You will always be a part of me. I'm part of you indefinitely. No way you're never gonna change me. Ooh, darling, 'cause you'll always be my baby. And we'll linger on. Time can erase a feeling this strong. No way, you're never gonna change me. Ooh, darling, 'cause you'll always be my baby. I shiver dip, woo. I shiver dip, dip, dip. I shiver dip, dip, dip. I ain't gonna cry, no, nah. And I won't beg you to stay. If you're determined to leave, boy, I will not stand in your way. But inevitably, you'll be back again. 'Cause I know in my heart, babe, our love will never end. You will always be part of me. I'm part of you indefinitely. No way, you're never gonna change me. Ooh, darling, 'cause you'll always be my baby. And we'll linger on. Time can erase a feeling is strong. No way, you're never gonna shake me. Ooh, darling, 'cause you'll always be. I know that you'll be back, boy, when the days and the nights get a little bit colder. No, I know that you'll be right back. Oh, baby, believe me, it's only a matter of time. Cause you'll always be, you and I will always be, baby. No way, you're never gonna shake me. Ooh, darling, 'cause you'll always be. Oh, baby. No. 'Cause you'll always be, you and I will always be, baby. No way, you're never gonna shake me. Oh, darling, 'cause you'll always be my baby. I should have it. I should have it. Yeah, so we're not going to.
I like any song that ends with "yeah." So
Birdland is not going anywhere.
Oh my God! In the olden days, the jazzers would say, "You blow," and I mean that in the best. And here's the thing: not only do you have all the facility, which is obvious, you have so much fun when you sing.
I do really stink and love it.
You do.
I'm blessed.
I mean, and that's like 50 to 63% of it, you know. As an audience, if you see somebody just loving the hell out of what they're doing,
even if they stink, you love it for them.
I am the perfect example of that. I have so much fun.
And other people. That's my favorite line.
Thank you. Somewhere Billy Stritch is nodding somewhere in his apartment. You are the most ridiculous, and we love you here at the cast party. Look, you're getting all kinds of mail from the people.
I have to tune into YouTube and watch the rest of the show and just throw all my fan mail in there.
Please
I can't
do.
wait to see the rest of the show. It's going to be great.
Please do. Some really good people. You're going to love it. Therese, where do we find you? How do the people find you?
Look at how prepared your friend is.
That is genius.
Are you? I mean, it's kind of janky, but you can find me here, and you can find me on the YouTube, but you can really find me here on the Instagram because that's where I live. There's no shame in it.
Absolutely. No shame, no shade. Thank you, my friend.
I adore you. Happy New Year. It's going to be great.
Happy New Year.
Thank you for letting me be a part of this.
You're always invited. Thanks for modeling.
Oh my God, anytime. Just call me.
Bye.
Bye.
I know terrible people, don't I? Just boring, dull, lifeless, drab. What else do I have to say? Do I have to say anything? I've been getting a lot of texts. People are being very nice and sending donations. Thank you. God, it means the world. It touches us. It touches me in a very deep place. You know what I'm saying? We also have some really talented people watching. Victoria Shaw, hit songwriter, happens to be Ruby's mother. She wrote the River for Garth Brooks, or with Garth Brooks, depending on if Garth is in the room. Julie Garnier, great singer. I'm not going to do this for very long, but Amy Jackson. Oh, hi, Amy. I'm glad you found us. Danielle Threet, fabulous singer. Kevin Alvey, great photographer. I'll look more later. We'll discuss all that. What's that say? Therese looking like Shania Twain. And Debbie Harry had a baby. That's an awkward situation to have happen. Are you ready for more? Here's the thing. Ben Hale is a Nashville singer-songwriter who's opened for tons of stars and headlined all across the country. And this is the crazy thing, is he has a musical theater resume, which I can't wait to hear about. Here he is, Ben Hale.
Hey.
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. I have to correct you, though. I actually just moved back to my hometown in Orem, Utah. I've been in Nashville for 6 years and just moved closer to home. So,
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody I know knows what I'm about to say. That's the sad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Orem, Utah.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Osmonds are.
I know. It's Osmond land. I know.
Now, you and I don't know each other well, Ben, but you're about to learn. This says it all. I'm obsessed with the Osmond.
Thanks. Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah. That explains the aforementioned sweater vest. Ben, okay, so you moved back to Utah, where it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Is that where you've spent this whole pandemic?
No, I was in Nashville till honestly about 2 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your musical life? What's happening? What's going on?
Well, you ever just have a feeling like just the winds of change? I don't even really know why, and all the things just felt right for here, but it did. I'm still doing music. I write music, record music, I produce music, all that stuff. I breathe music. So I don't know what Utah has in store for me, but just trying it out.
Well, I feel sure there will be an Osmond in your future, because you can't shake a stick without.
Well, it's true, and I have to tell you, here's a very Utah thing. I actually have a cousin who's in the business, Will Swenson. Do you know Will?
Oh, of course.
First cousin. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So talented.
He's a talented guy, and he's a great cousin, and all the above. I can't
Now you have quite a Broadway background. You might be the only guy on the planet who was in Phantom of the Opera and $1 Million Quartet.
Yeah.
That's quite a. That's
I don't know how
diversity.
I fell into either.
So 6 years as the understudy, as an understudy in Phantom, and then for what role?
So I was the Raoul understudy and the swing. So
cool.
Yeah.
And Johnny Cash and $1 Million Quartet.
Mm-hmm.
What a great show that is.
Oh, so much fun. So much fun.
Yeah. And you also got to work strangely. Now, some of our theater fans will really love this. You worked with both Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth. How did that happen?
I just, I've just been lucky. I've just sung. I've opened for them, or I've sung backup with. It's a small industry, and you just, I can't claim to know them well, but wow.
Sure you can.
Amazing talent.
You can say anything you want. We'll believe that.
But it was an absolute treat to be able to sing and open for, and all, you get the idea.
All the above. I want you to sing and play for us. What are you going to do?
Well, I think this is an interesting thing. I think where musical theater and Johnny Cash meet in the middle is one of my favorite artists of all time. I'm going to do a Roy Orbison song.
Oh, fantastic.
So
sing it.
How's that?
I like it.
I was all right for a while. I could smile for a while. Then I saw you last night. You held my hand so tight when we stopped to say hello. You wished me well, couldn't tell. I had been crying over you, crying over you. Then you said so long, left me standing all alone, alone and crying, 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 crying. It's hard to understand at the touch of your hand, starting crying. I thought that I was over you, but it's true, so true. I love you even more than I did before, but darling, what can I do when you don't love me? And I'll always be crying over you, crying over you. And now you're gone, and from this moment on, I'll be crying, 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 crying over you.
Oh my God, Ben, your voice is unbelievable.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I'm hearing a little chitter chatter from the phone or something.
Oh no, it sounded great. God, you're good. And now we've never met like in person. We were supposed to hopefully meet when you were in Vegas and we were in Vegas, and but we got to do this again. We got to do it live and in person as soon as we're able to. Either we'll come to Utah or you come to Vegas or whatever, but you're always invited. My gosh, you're just extraordinary.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I have a hard time hearing what you're saying, but I think I heard what you say.
It was all nice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Sounds
That's
great.
Ben. That's Ben Hale. This is fun, right? Are you enjoying this? If you're enjoying this and you want to keep Pajama Cast Party on the airwaves, you can PayPal, you can Venmo, you can smoke signal. I don't care how you do it, but you can send a donation. We appreciate it. Keeps us going. And this week specifically, we are going to send a nice chunk to Saving Birdland, because Birdland's not allowed to go anywhere. Now, here are two people that have been to Birdland a lot. They live in Los Angeles, but they work all over the country. And they're also two of my favorite humans. They've been unbelievable cast party supporters through the years in New York and Los Angeles and Las Vegas. Where else? Maybe San Francisco, but I forget. We couldn't be happier when they come through the door. It's like, oh, yay. I'm thrilled that they're joining us on our little virtual show. Here they are, Ilene Graff and Ben Lanzarone.
Can you see?
Wow.
This
Can I
is
see?
Can you see? A vintage cast party mug.
I love that mug.
It's orange.
Here's the now one.
Yeah, well, I'm always a little behind the time.
No. But here's what I'm going to say. That was
Wow.
my favorite. I love that one.
It's pretty. I mean, orange is a good color, right? It makes everybody look.
Yeah, it's like
Orangey?
safety cone orange. Hi, guys.
Hi, Jim. I'm going to put this down.
Okay. Hi, Ben.
Oh, sorry about these noises.
That's okay. How's everything in LA? How's everybody? What's happening?
Well, if you discount the fact that people are getting sick every 6 seconds here, everything's fine. Yeah,
I know.
It's terrible, but you know, we're very good about staying home and doing grocery deliveries, and cooking. I was going to add up how many dinners I've cooked, and then I said, no, I'll just get exhausted.
Yeah.
But we're good. Thank you.
See, I could do that on one hand because I don't cook. What did you do for New Year's Eve? I mean, I'm sure both of you are used to working on New Year's Eve.
Well, you know, Ben worked every New Year's Eve from when you were like 13, 14 years old until I think until we got married. Yeah. And then finally I said, you know, we don't need the money. I think we can stay home and you don't have to look at those weird people dancing. So this year we just sat in our big room. You've been to our house, that room in the we watched the ball drop, and I said, okay, I'm going to go watch Bridgerton. Bye.
Oh, that looks so good. I haven't seen it yet. I feel like that's going to be a bingey thing for me.
It's dingy. It's, you know, it's fluff, but it's really pretty. It's very, very pretty.
I like fluff. I like pretty. Now, I have to say, I've been part of one of these, but you guys are known to throw really wonderful dinner parties and soirees. You've had some, between your Broadway career and your TV careers, you must have had some fantastic moments in your house.
We've had, well, one of our favorite dinner parties is the one that you came to, which was really fun. We played a music game, like what is it, like It's Coming Back, name that tune kind of.
Right.
One of our favorite parties was a surprise party for our publicist and very good friend Harlan Bowl, and Harlan has a lot of fancy friends. And I looked around my house one day, and there's Tippi Hedren and George Chakiris and Joan Van Ark and all kinds of people. And we look at each other and say, I don't know how this happened, but I'm very glad it did.
Well, now, come on. You grew up in the business. I want to talk about something I've never asked you. Your dad, Jerry Graff, led the Rat Pack era vocal group, the Beachcombers, and then was part of the Pied Pipers, one of the best musical vocal groups of the day. Were you around when all that was happening?
I was around. Yeah, well, we lived in Las Vegas whenever the Beachcombers would get a long engagement at the Sands or the Sahara. We would leave Queens. My mother and my grandmother and I would leave. We would go move in with Dad if he had like a 6-month contract. So I did half of the first, second, and third grades in Las Vegas. And then in the midst of all of that, my mother wearing evening gowns to go to the Copa room, and which is something my brothers don't believe because they only knew mommy in a house dress. Right. But, yeah, and I have a terrible memory, but one of my favorite memories is when Sinatra would play at the Sands. My dad would take me, like 6 years old, 7 years old, and would go up to the light booth, up to where the follow spot was, and we would sit and we would watch Sinatra every night. And that I remember.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's incredible. Well, your Broadway career is nuts. It's the original companies of Promises, Grease, and I Love My Wife. And that's where you guys met, right?
Yeah.
When you were on Broadway.
Yeah,
we met. Grease?
When we were doing Grease, I was Sandy Dombrowski on stage, and Ben was conducting the band. He was conducting and playing the piano, and we met. So our years, my Broadway career I was lucky. I mean, I got to be in 3 massive hit Broadway shows, which was great. But it wasn't that many years. And I'm glad that we packed in as much activity during those years as I had the opportunity to.
Well, then you were kind of called to LA, and all of a sudden you were on a big hit TV show called Mr. Belvedere.
Well, thank you. Actually, there we are. There's my other family. Bob Euchre, Christopher Hubert, Rob Stone, Tracy Wells, and Bryce Beckham. Yeah, we actually moved out to LA for Ben. Pardon me. He was called out to write music for Happy Days. And I had been doing
How did I not know that? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Ben?
Yeah, he's the guy. So I've been doing I Love My Wife for about a year. All my friends were gone. I mean, Joanna was gone, Joanna Gleason and Jim Naughton and Lenny Baker were no longer in the show. And as my husband pointed out to me, I will say this out loud. He said, well, you know, you didn't get a Tony nomination and now it's just a job. So I got this offer, let's go to LA. And it was absolute, we knew that that's where we belonged. I mean, Ben wanted, it was the right move. He wanted to be a composer. He was a super busy studio player, first call studio player, and doing Broadway shows and conducting for lots of fancy acts. But he wanted to be a composer, and this was the opportunity. So we went, and I started doing TV right away, and it was the right thing for us.
Perfect. What a perfect story. Well, the two of you have done so many gorgeous concerts with your ridiculously talented daughter, Nika, who, I mean, that's you at Birdland.
That's at Birdland. Oh my God. Was that the most fun? That was a big band show, something I will never forget as long as I live. That show was, have always been so generous in opening the door for us there. And to get the opportunity to do the big band show on the Birdland stage, give me a break. It was great.
That was a great, great night. Now tell me what it's like working with your daughter, because you probably know this. I did a show with my mother that was not particularly, should we say, successful. Yeah. So with your daughter, is it, what's the energy like in the room when you're rehearsing?
It's pretty good because I'm a hard worker, he's a hard worker, and she's a hard worker. So I love to rehearse. I almost love to rehearse more than I love doing.
Me too.
I love process. Don't you love process?
I do.
Oh God. And so, and we're all very professional in the room. I must say, we leave our Michigas outside and just whenever you sing it. And you know, when you work with someone who's younger, it's great because they learn all the parts. They can't help it. Information just sticks in their head.
Yeah, so weird, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I mess up, she just sings my note, and it's great.
She's so great. I love her. If she's watching, hi, I love you.
Hi, Nika. Hi, Nika.
Would you sing? What are you going to do? What are you going to do for us, both of you?
Well, you know, Ben is from Brooklyn. I'm from Queens, and this is the first year that we haven't been back since March. We left New York the day that Broadway shut down. Nika was doing that wonderful revival of The Unsinkable Molly Brown. And we got to see 2 performances, and then it shut down, and we were on the plane the next day, so we haven't been back, and we miss it so terribly. So this is our salute to Broadway.
Sing it.
Come on and listen to the lullaby of Broadway, the hit parade and the ballyhoo, the lullaby of Broadway, the rumble of the subway train, the rattle of the taxi, the daffodils who entertain, and Angelos and Maxie's when Broadway baby says goodnight. It's early in the morning, Happy babies, they don't sleep tight. There's no good night on Broadway. There's no good night on Broadway. They say the neon lights are bright on Broadway. And they say there's always magic in the air. But when you're walking down the street and you ain't had enough to eat, that glitter rubs right off and you're nowhere. They say that I won't last too long on Broadway, that I'll get that subway back on home. That's what they say. Good night, lady. Good night. The milkman's on his way. Sleep tight, oh, let's call it a day. Hey! Oh, they're all right, I know they are, 'cause I can play this here guitar. And I won't quit till I'm a star, till I'm a star on Broadway. The band begins to go to town, and everything gets crazy. You occupy your baby round till everything gets hazy. Good night, lady. Good night. The milkman's on his way. Baby, that's me, and I'm on your way. Then I'm listening to that lullaby of old
That was great.
Thank you.
Oh my
A
God.
horn.
Yeah, you need a horn section?
I need a horn.
I'm so here for you.
Thank
Oh my
you.
God, people are going crazy. Julie Garnier is loving.
Oh.
Nika is watching. Hi,
Oh.
Nika.
Hi, Nika. Yay.
Hi. All kinds of good people are watching and cheering you.
Thank you.
And Kevin Alvey, who's taken all those gorgeous pictures of you
Yeah.
at Birdland. And yay. You guys are just the best. I can't thank you enough.
Thank you so much for having us. It means so much to be able to spend some time with you.
Oh my gosh. Well, here, take this. Be careful out there in Los Angeles. Don't touch anything. Wear gloves, for God's sake.
No, we only touch each other.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, Anika just signed off. No, I just appreciate you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us. Happy New Year. Take good
Happy
care.
New Year to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was good. Are you enjoying this? I certainly hope you are. Because if you are, you know what to do. Yeah. Okay. This guy. This is the guy. This is the guy. He's also our last guest. I feel like this has flown by tonight. I kind of want to be this guy. I told him earlier, and he seemed disturbed by that. For somebody so young, he has taken Broadway by storm. I first saw him killing it as Tobias in Sweeney Todd. Oh my gosh, I love that production. Then he was Bach in Wicked. Then he snagged the role of a lifetime when he was cast as the pivotal role of Evan Hansen in, what was it? Dear Evan Hansen in Toronto and on Broadway. He's the guy, Zach Piser.
Hi. I'm the guy. You're the guy. You're the man making it all happen.
I'm just a guy.
Oh, please. Come on.
Hi.
Hi.
You're another person I've never met live and in person. So I can't thank you enough for taking your time and talking to us and entertaining us tonight.
Of course. Thank you for having me. It's been such a fun show to watch. I've just been like jamming out all these different genres and these incredible singers. I'm like, oh, okay.
I know. We love the many genres. Where are you? Speaking of, I don't know where you are.
Astoria in New York.
Oh, you are.
I've been here since the beginning, pretty much.
Yeah. What do you think about? Have you walked around Midtown? Have you walked around the theater district?
You know, I walked through it once because I had to go in and get some stuff from the music box. I had to get like my shaver and some stuff that I had that I forgot that was in there. And it was definitely weird. You know, it was like going through a little bit of a ghost town. But at the same time, the craziest thing happened. The one time that I went into the city, I ran into my dresser from Dear Evan Hansen. Like, it was the craziest thing ever. Of all the times, of all the moments, I ran right into Jeff, who I love dearly. If he ever sees this, I love you, Jeff. But it was just the wildest coincidence of everything. It was crazy.
Wow. I mean, I have to say that's the only neighborhood that feels like something is terribly wrong. The rest is, I live on the Upper West Side. It's bustling. There are people in the park running and biking. And, it feels very much like New York. But when you go into the theater district, it hits you that this is very, very odd times. Well, I've been watching, since we don't know each other, I've been watching you on the YouTubes. Your performance of Waving Through a Window from Dear Evan Hansen is just stunning. You must be, well, I have many questions about that show. First of all, you were the first Evan of Asian descent. Yes. That's a very cool thing.
It was very cool. It is very cool. Oh, it's my face. Yes, it was very cool. And I don't think I realized how cool it was until I was like into my run in Canada and was getting all these messages and really was feeling all the love and realizing how kind of beyond myself that it was. And I still am so grateful to this day that I'm even there. And
once this is all over, you're going back, right?
I hope so. I hope everything is going to go back. I pray that every single Broadway show is back and that everyone is doing their thing and that it's almost like we all just took a really quick pass.
Yes, like it never happened.
Yeah, just a really quick swipe.
That show, I saw it off Broadway, literally cried my eyes out. I went with my friend Eric Bergen. Are you watching, Eric? We couldn't move from our seats when it was over. It was like, I've never felt that way after a show where you're just, I felt like I was dipped in ice. It was the weirdest a feeling. I was so stunned by how beautifully it's written, orchestrated, and what I saw in your performance, that if you just as a performer clear away all the and just sing it straight and act the hell out of it, which you do so beautifully, the story is told so beautifully.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's definitely a big role to jump into, like huge shoes to fill. And anyone who's ever played Evan will tell you that it's definitely intimidating, but it is so fulfilling. It's so rewarding. It's challenging, but it's so rewarding.
That last key change in Waving Through a Window. Oh my God. I could cry right now thinking about that last key change. And that's shout out to Justin, Paul, and
Yes.
Benj Pasick, by the way.
Yes, I cry because it's so beautiful. I also cry because I'm like, how much higher can we go? But we're gonna do it.
Okay, so that's my question. The role has to be a beast. It's like the alphabet of for boys. How do you do that 8 times a week?
Well, it is luckily nobody does it 8 times a week because it is just impossible to do that many times. But it is one of those things where you really learn about your stamina and your endurance doing the show. You learn kind of where your limits are, what your boundaries are, how you can push them. And I think every Evan will tell you that it really takes time to do the role for a little bit of time to really figure out, okay, this is where I have to be strategic. This is where I have to be careful because if I blow my load for forever, I still have a 2.5 hour journey that I have to continue on. So it's definitely a difficult one. But like I said, once you've kind of figured it out to as much as you can in that moment, it is the ride of a lifetime.
Oh, now, do you have any kind of social life when you're doing that show? Or is it like show and bed immediately,
Well,
go home, scarves?
It's definitely more that one. But I don't know. I am one of the things I have in common with Evan is that I feel like as a young kid, I was so gregarious. I was always wanting to like be around everyone and always be in the center of attention. I feel like as I've gotten older, I'm like more like becoming a little bit more introverted than extroverted. And so it being like socially a little bit separated actually isn't the worst thing when you're doing a show like this, both for your stamina and your vocal, prowess, but just also for your brain too. I usually like to just come home and just like detox, have a yummy cheeseburger or French fries or some ice cream, and then just kind of like watch a happy TV show and then go to bed.
Right. Well, you were in another juggernaut, Wicked.
Oh yeah.
My God. Look, who's that?
Oh, I was such a baby.
Was that your first Broadway show?
Yes, right after I graduated from college, I somehow convinced them to let me step into that show here in New York, and I just kind of snuck my way in, and it was the most incredible almost 2 years ever being there.
That's something that huge. First of all, the theater is enormous.
Huge.
The stage is huge. The show is just as big as it gets. What a way to make your debut.
There was definitely, I can't explain how it felt when Bach has this first entrance, when he first comes in his first scene in the, when Glinda's in the bubble and she's coming down and she's like, we were friends back at school. And Bach has this entrance where he comes out on stage, downstage right. And I remember the first night I almost tripped into the pit because I was like, oh my God. Because, you see it in dress rehearsals and tech rehearsals of seeing how many people there are, how many people there will be. But it's only in that first moment you're like, oh my God, there are 2,000 people all here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to faint. And then you just keep on going.
And then you don't.
Yes, not that time. Yes, no.
Love it. Well, what's your life been like since March, since the shutdown, and since are you binging? What are you doing?
What am I not binging? Both in terms of food and also, no, I'm kidding. I'm keeping sane. I'm taking it day by day. My partner and I live in this apartment together and it's lovely. We just got a dog. Her name is Scout. She is a...
Why aren't we seeing Scout?
Because Scout is asleep. And if we wake Scout up, she will just be a terror.
Okay, then we don't want to do that.
We call it her witching hour. She has a witching hour between usually like 7 and 10, where if you let her off the hook, she just does zoomies for years. But so that's
I do that. So that's weird.
So do I.
Here's what I want more than anything. I want you to sing for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna sing, if it's okay with you and everyone, I'm gonna sing a song from the show, from Dear Evan Hansen. If I remember the words, because it's...
I would like that.
And so this is going to be If I Could Tell Her from Dear Evan Hansen. And just a little backstory. It's kind of like right as Evan has his first moment alone with Zoe Murphy, who is the love interest, and he's super nervous and super feels awkward, and it's their first time connecting together, and he's really nervous. So let's go for it. Let's do it. Thanks, Jim.
Do it.
He said, there's nothing like your smile, sort of subtle and perfect and real. He said, you never knew how wonderful that smile could make someone feel. And he knew whenever you get bored, you scribble stars on the cuffs of your jeans. And he noticed that you still fill out the quizzes that they put in those teen magazines. But he kept it all inside his head. What he saw, he left unsaid. And though he wanted to, he couldn't talk to, he couldn't find a way. But he would always say, if I could tell her everything I see. If I could tell her how she's everything to me. But we're worlds apart. And I don't know how I would even start. If I could tell her, if I could tell her. He thought you looked really pretty. It looked pretty cool when you put indigo streaks in your hair. And he wondered how you learned to dance like all the rest of the world isn't there. But he kept it all inside his head. What he saw, he left unsaid. If I could tell her everything I see. If I could tell her how she's everything to me. But we're worlds apart. And I don't know how I would even start. If I could tell her, if I could tell her, but what do you do when there's this great divide? And what do you do when the distance is too wide? And how do you say I love you? I love you. I love you. I love you. But we're worlds apart. And I don't know how I would even start. If I could tell her, if I could.
Well, God, that's just a perfect voice.
Oh no, I don't. That's that.
No, it is. No, it is. Shut up.
No, that's not it.
No, it's perfect.
Oh no, that's not it. Thank you so much for having me.
We have all kinds of people in Astoria, including our photographer friend Kevin, who is now standing on his roof trying to find you. That's
oh my
awkward.
God. Well, hopefully I didn't just wake everyone else up. But if I did, here we are. We're all making it work.
Here we are. Yes, you are. Man, it's great having you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
And where do the people find you? I should be asking everybody that.
Yes, they can find me at Zach_Piser. That's my Instagram handle. If I learn how to do social media, that's that. That's pretty much it.
Thank you. God, you just sound great. I can't wait to meet in person.
I know. Hopefully soon. Very soon, hopefully.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Bye. By the way, Eileen and Ben, if you're still on, type in your what am I trying to say? Your Instagram, your whatever, in the and Ben too, in the comments, so we can follow you and find you and keep you in our lives. Now, something so cool just happened. I was looking online. Let me see if I can find it. Our friend Barbara, where is she? Barbara, this is fascinating, watching me in my enormous glasses looking for Barbara Williams. Wow, where'd you go? Well, let's say this. About 11 years ago, I was on the road for 3 years with a woman named Liza Minnelli. And I was playing one of the Williams brothers, Andy and his brothers. They were a genius act. And they, at one point, were part of a show called Kay Thompson and the Williams Brothers. Kay Thompson was the vocal arranger at MGM. She put this incredible act together with the Williams Brothers. I was lucky enough to play Dick Williams. And Dick's lovely wife is watching us tonight. And I'm so happy that you're watching. And I just sent this picture to Ruby to pull up. Look at us. That's me on the left, and that's Liza in the middle. Maybe you knew that. And that's Johnny and Tiger and Cortez. And we were so proud to be those Williams brothers on the road for 3 years, and then on Broadway in a show called Liza's at the Palace. So thank you for watching. How sweet is that? She sends me some of the greatest DVDs of Dick's nightclub work and his career with and not with his brilliant brother Andy Williams and his other brothers. They were, Google them. You want to see a vocal group. Ruby, can we discuss?
Yes, Jim, we can. I'm a little disappointed, though, that you didn't call me your usual way.
Oh, Ruby.
Oh, Jim, that's better.
What else do we have to talk about? The show's over, but we have to talk about Venmo and PayPal. We want to keep this going. So we can only do that with your donations. And with those donations, we can keep all of this running. The glamour of all of this. I mean, this costs something, ladies and gentlemen. And also, we want to make a nice donation to the Saving Birdland GoFundMe. That's what I have to say. And Ruby and I have another show that we do that we both produce.
Yes.
And it's called Virtual Halston. Look at that. This coming Friday, every Friday at 5 o'clock. But this week, the brilliant John Tartaglia will be joining Julie, your hostess. And I don't know, Ruby, do you have anything else to say?
Yes, quite a few things. We have Squig's artwork to show. You ready?
By the way, well, show it, and then we'll talk about Squigs. Okay.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
he's done a quick sketch, and these are just done, quickly. Thus the title. While the performer is singing, I'll put on these so they don't look so horrifying. Let's see it. Squigs. Oh my God. Wow. That is
so good. Look at Therese. It's so good.
I know. How does he do it? That is, look at my chin. Wow, this one's really good. Justin Squigs Robertson. He's a genius. And also, if you want a gift, what would be better than a caricature by Justin Squigs Robertson? SquigsOnline.com. I mean,
all your gifting needs.
He's just the best friend. and I've given his work as gifts. People got married. I did. He did a picture of them together. I've done. He's just the greatest.
Well, I was gonna say I can't plug the holidays anymore because unfortunately that is done. But Valentine's Day is coming up. I just went to Target today and they had all of the Valentine's Day candy out. And you don't want to be that person who forgets to get your significant other something. No. At
Valentine's Day.
So what says I remembered more than a custom personalized Squigs?
That's right.
Art piece.
Valentine.
Generic, they'll think, oh, they just picked it up the day of. But if you get something custom, they'll think they remember.
That's right. Yeah, I've gotten great gifts lately. Actually, these cufflinks are from my friend Nicholas King. How nice are those?
That's very nice.
Yeah,
well, you heard about my big ticket item for Christmas this year.
No, what?
Yeah, I talked about it on Virtual Halsted. I officially became one of those adults who my mother got me and my boyfriend a vacuum. We are very excited. We tested it out yesterday to fluff up our new rugs. And it's great. I got that. I got a weighted blanket from my boyfriend. Basically, all of the adult gifts that you need.
You're like 90. What happened? You used to be 6, and now you're 100.
No, Jim. I've been 90 for a long time. Maybe not 90, but I haven't been. Even when I was 6, I was never 6. And so
that's true. That's true. You're a hologram. Julie Halston would say you're a hologram.
I'm 100.
You're 100. You're a hologram. This has been so much fun. I've loved this night. I've loved the talent that came to, that gave us their time, you guys. They don't have to do this.
No.
This is out of everybody, the goodness of their hearts, to entertain you. And that's an incredibly special gift that they're giving us. Man, I mean, we've done, what'd you say, 39 of these, 38 of these, 39. Times 4 or 5 or 6 sometimes. That's a lot of performers, and we've only done I think 2 or 3 redo. What do you call it? Repeat. Redo. That's not right.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of people.
And some of those repeats were accidental, like when my mother had to hop in at the last minute.
That's right. We had a slight emergency, and Victoria Shaw, Grammy-winning Victoria Shaw, entertained us. Next week is going to be really good too. Andrew Codermarsh, Zach Resnick, Jonathan Brooke, Jen Sanchez, and Georgia Stitt. Look at those faces. Some very good faces and some just insanely talented people. I just love getting to do this for you. And I love that you show us your appreciation by your donations and tips. It really means the world to me and to Ruby and to, all of us. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great week and a happy beginning of the new year. And we'll see you next week. Good night. Thanks for watching Pajama Cast Party. To follow us on YouTube, just hit subscribe. Click on that little bell and we'll keep you updated on future shows. You can also follow us on Instagram at Jim Caruso's Cast Party. The end.